Welcome back, sports fans,
A boy wonder approacheth.
or welcome back, sport fan,
Fan,
depending
as the case
on
may be.
who you're talking to. Yeah, who you're talking to. Exactly. Hey, welcome to another episode of We Really Have No Idea.
And just full disclosure, once again, we are being recorded live from somewhere
Yes,
great in the Pacific, deep in the Great Pacific Northwest.
Pacific Northwest, way deep. And I'll tell you what, right now we're being recorded live. Yeah. So, like I said before, a little different than that first episode. Just
Little different. I want
just a little, which was fun. Which was fun.
comatose. Yeah.
Yeah. So
So,
yeah, well, I mean, we're 1 week out, right? We're a week out from our draft.
fantasy draft, we've got 8 days
Yeah.
to go.
Yeah. People are some people are panicking. A few people have already set their auto draft and have let me know, I'll be on a beach.
No
And I'm like,
kidding.
hey man, it's all good.
All right.
Don't
Yeah.
worry about it. Don't worry about it. I got you.
Love
I'm
it.
gonna cuss. I'm gonna talk trash about you either way, whether or not you're there.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that has any bearing on what we're going to say about you when you're not around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
We
even
had
when you're around, you know.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. Even well, more so when you're
Yeah.
around. Yeah. We had some preseason games. So, we there
Good
was
stuff.
yeah.
Bengals, Eagles, Colts,
Yeah.
Ravens, Raiders, Hawks.
Yeah, there was some excitement, some duds,
Oh,
right?
sure, sure. That I
We,
mean, that's the nature of the preseason, right?
yeah, we've seen some suspensions.
That's so that I kind of wanted to go separate on that one,
Do,
right?
do
Because
you want
that's
to stay
that's an
away from that? I haven't
huh?
talked to the attorneys yet, so I didn't.
But the Colts, the thing that I think the Colts just had a big low light, in terms of highlights, they had a low light, and that's just Anthony Richardson getting hurt again. And
Yeah,
I just remember, I saw a quote where I've got it written down. Um, he got leveled head on, or excuse me, the report was that he got leveled from his blind side. He didn't. It came right at him, right to his front, and that's how he got his pinky dislocated. He was hit.
hmm
I thought, God, this guy. I mean, it was a 5-man front, and they knew someone was coming. So he either that if that running back can't block that guy, he needs to dump it off to him, and instead he was just staring guy down
yeah,
the downfield, and he just got pasted. And they asked one of the other linemen later in the show, "Hey, what'd you think of that?" "Oh, that was a great hit." We were all
yeah,
excited for him. But now Anthony Richardson, he's out again. He's got a dislocated pinky. How bad is it? Can he grip a ball? They say, well, he might be thrown again on Saturday. But I remember because the Hawks had a like pick number 5
uh-huh.
that draft, and he was picked fourth by the Colts. And I thought, man, I really wanted the Hawks to grab that guy. And now I'm kind of thinking,
Really glad they didn't.
yeah, I mean, is he just unlucky like RG3? Then again, RG3, he ran into trouble a lot. I think
Yeah, I
he
think
got himself hurt a lot. It,
he asked for a
it
lot of.
makes me think of Anthony Richardson. He's just, you know, I and they need their next Johnny Unitas, Burt Jones, Jim Harbaugh, Peyton Manning, Andrew Luck, whoever it is. The Colts need that next guy. And when you go through that list and you think of guys that have either won the MVP, taken him to a Super Bowl, or been a Pro Bowler as a quarterback, Johnny Unitas, Burt Jones, Jim Harbaugh, Peyton Manning, Andrew Luck. Do you
Yeah,
really see Anthony Richardson being that guy?
I don't know.
I
Yeah,
wish he would. I wish he would. I mean, I want him to
hard
succeed,
to say.
but
Yeah, it's hard to say. But
on the Ravens side, wow, their backups are scary.
yeah,
Their backups are
yeah,
scary, man.
got some depth
If
there, huh?
if they get into a next man up situation, especially on
Yeah,
the defense,
yeah,
oh, and there was a nice, what was it, rookie wide receiver 6, LeJohntay Wester.
yeah. Wester.
I think he made the team yesterday with an 87-yard touchdown run on a punt. A great vision coming up to the bunch, seeing the way the guys were moving, cutting back into the crowd around the backs of some guys. Oh, it was a beauty. It was a beauty. I thought, oh, that guy just made the team. right there. I mean, even if all it is a punt returner, that guy just made the team right there. So good for them. But yeah, the Ravens. I don't know if you've heard, but the Ravens have a new kicker.
No, I hadn't heard that.
Hey, the kid's good. Yeah, I don't
No?
think I don't think they're going to be missing Justin
Boy,
Tucker.
I could just, I almost went there, but with
I tried to tee it up for you a bit.
shoes to fill, and but then I thought, no, I'm just gonna let it go. Right?
He seems like a good, clean, wholesome American
1
youth.
week out, I'm
Let's
just
not
gonna let it
tarnish the
go.
guy.
I don't want to. Don't want to drag him in. Don't want to drag him into there.
Yeah. Did you get to catch much of the games yesterday yourself?
You know what? I didn't. I saw some highlights.
Yeah.
Tried to do a little homework.
Sure.
But I was busy with
It's
trivia
tough.
and podcast formatting and trying to line
Oh,
up
yeah. Get some homework in, huh?
weeks, and
Well, here's
and I'm lazy. So
here's a little factoid. I
factoid.
don't want to bother with trivia on it, but yesterday, Bengals versus Eagles, identical twins, Philadelphia's safety Sidney Brown versus Cincinnati's running back Chase Brown, identical twins. I didn't know Chase Brown had a twin. Each of them 25 years old. They're both 5'10". Both of them are, well, one of them's 210 pounds. The other one's 211 pounds. And I think that's hair because he's got, the big dreadlocks and stuff. So I thought, it's really just a matter of the haircut. Otherwise, yeah, they got a tackle in on each other yesterday.
Did they? Oh yeah, probably laughed about it. High five.
Oh yeah. And the announcers are going, "How do you do that? How do you go in there and hit your identical twin like that?" And I'm like, have you never had a brother? What are you talking about?
They're paying you 10 million and it's your brother. What do you mean?
Yeah, are you kidding? This is
so, hey, I got a question for you, Mick. What is the most valuable franchise in the NFL? Off the top of your head. What do you think it is?
Oh, top of the head, Cowboys.
Yeah, you're right. 7.6 billion. What is the least valuable franchise?
Oh, give me a moment. The Bengals.
That's right. The Bengals.
Yes.
3 billion.
See, I knew that because I've been doing my research on the stadiums, all the stadium deals that are in the works, and it's making me a little crazy.
We're going to do a separate episode on that.
Oh, it's a whole mess.
Yeah, it is. I can tell you're losing.
I don't want to go down that road. I don't.
Yeah. But you mentioned the Bengals the Bengals. I thought that was interesting.
And it's kind of surprising because you'd think it would be like the Browns or the Titans or the something like that, but it's the Bengals. And coincidentally, I don't know, coincidentally or not, the owner himself, or the ownership group, I think he's one of the least wealthy owners himself in terms of because when you go and you look, because I was researching, with the stadiums, these guys holding a city or a state hostage for money to build a new stadium, or we're going to leave. And you go, well, how much are they worth? Like right now with the Chiefs, they've got Kansas and Missouri fighting over them.
Yeah,
they're asking for money, and they're lousy rich. The Hunt family.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's the Ewing family on the old TV show Dallas. It's based on them.
Yeah,
that's how long they've been around. And it's one of those things where you're in the family. You have a job within the family. That's your income. You're not going to go out and become an accountant or anything. You've got an Amex card anyway. So I don't want to go down this rabbit hole, but yeah, that's the only reason I knew that stuff. You teed it up for me was because I've done some.
Out there.
The thing I have to respect about Jerry Jones is he built his own stadium.
Yeah, he's just I think he asked for it though, didn't he? Didn't he say? Didn't he propose like, hey, do you want to partner with this? This is what I want to build. Do you want to?
I think so. And then he went, okay, fine.
Said, well, what's in it for us? And he said, nothing. And they're like, well, and he's like, don't worry about it.
And then he thinks, okay, fine. Watch how I'm going to make money without you.
There's really nothing in it for you.
Yeah.
but if you don't want to be part of it, that's fine.
Yeah. So, okay, I'll get out of the. I don't want to keep doing the stadium thing because our time is precious.
I want to bring up one other stadium. I was looking at this factoid. I love it. Love that term. Mercedes-Benz Stadium for the
Which
Falcons.
one? Oh, the
For
Falcons.
the Falcons, right? It has the most food concessions across all of the league. And the
And
reason,
Arthur Blank went out of his way to make sure that they were all cheap.
yeah, the reason is the hot dogs are $2.
Isn't that
Domestic
great?
beer is $5.
Because he
And
wants to
so,
fill the place. He wants
yeah,
to sell you a ticket
he's
at
filled the
face
place.
value. He wants
Yeah,
to, I mean, you're going to pay to get in the door, but once you're in the door, we'll
yeah.
gorge you with hot dogs
And
and
I
a
thought that was
beer. And
really interesting. And I was like,
well, I mean,
wow.
you got to think the guy, I mean, his money comes from Home Depot, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of the model, right? You're going to get in the door and we got some high ticket items, but we're going to bombard you with a bunch of cheap stuff too. You
Yep.
know? And
I mean,
really,
if you want one of those craft beers, you can pay $10 for it.
sure.
You can get yourself a Miller Lite for 5,
Yeah.
right?
It's
You
like,
can get a refillable soda for $2. Wow. I'm excited. I will never go there, right? But hey, that model, I'm curious,
yeah.
why we don't do more of that. Anyways, that's it. There you go. Back to you, Mick. What do you got?
Oh, then the Eagles, they the backups themselves,
Uh-huh.
offensively, they ran a successful tush push play, which the
Ooh, yeah,
crowd was just jacked for.
yeah.
The crowd loved
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Going on to the Seahawks, one of your favorite. I don't know if he's your favorite player, but he was one of your favorite player names. Oots,
Yeah,
Oots. Yeah, he looked good as a blocker. You know, I love a team that has a fullback.
yeah.
You know, because it's like old school. It's like small ball in
Kicker trade.
baseball. You know, you bunt,
Smash,
you steal
snap.
bases, you sacrifice. You get a
Yep,
fullback, and it's a guy that's just a, a
yep,
charging bowling ball, creating a hole for Walter Payton. You
yep.
know, that kind of thing. But he's a beast. Yeah, I really loved the way they used him. Then RB4 Holani, he looked pretty good. He had a nice diving touchdown over the pylon. First they said nope, nope, he was out of bounds. Threw the challenge flag, and he got a nice touchdown out of that. It's fun how the Seahawks veterans and players all get all jacked up for the young guys.
Yeah,
They all run out on the field. Like there was a couple of interceptions, and a lot of these veterans are running out on the field without a helmet on, without pads, and personal foul, you know, unsportsmanlike conduct. And they asked the coach later. He goes, "Well, I don't really want to see that
yeah,
in the regular season, but that's great that we're cheering
yeah.
on the young
Getting them,
guys."
getting them jazzed up and letting them know they're part of the solution.
Yeah, and they kept
Right?
kind of poking at a guy in our fourth year right side corner, Josh Joby, and then yeah, he showed him. He got a pick. He goes, "Okay, you're gonna keep picking on me." Wide receiver 3, Torrey Horton, rookie out of Colorado State, 5th round pick. I noticed he was third because remember the Seahawks went out, so they already had Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Mm-hmm.
They let DK go to Pittsburgh, and then they went out and got Marquez Valdez Scantling,
Scantling, yeah.
and then they got Cooper Kupp. Uh, and we already had Jake Bobo, local favorite Jake
Oh,
Bobo, right?
yep.
And I remember looking at the lineup or the depth chart yesterday, and it was Smith and Jigba, Cooper Kupp, and Torrey Horton, and then Valdez Scantling and Jake Bobo. Now, who's this Torrey Horton guy? Well, I know who he is now. He's a gamer, Bob, and we're lucky to have him on the team. He did a great job.
Nice.
But I think Jake Bobo's still looking good too. I think he's a good RB3 or running back, wide receiver 3, wide receiver 4.
Uh-huh.
But those guys, they're not going to get a lot of catches. They're not going to be top on our fantasy
Yeah.
leagues.
Yeah,
I'm
unless
still
you've
trying to
got
learn the new guys.
unless
Tight
you've got
end,
some injuries there or some late
yeah,
season runs where they need to move them in.
that
They're not.
tight end Arroyo, he did a good job. Former
Uh-huh.
49er tight end Eric Saubert. I remember I picked him up a week or two last season because I had Kittle on a team, and Kittle had to sit out a game or two for knee or hamstring or something. So I picked up Salbert. Salbert
He had
did
to
good
get his
for me.
beer cold. Come on, let's be true.
Yeah,
Probably was like, hold on.
but
I'll just
Salbert, I remember I think he laid a guy out on a block. It was like, oh, you like seeing that, right? But Gray Zabel, the offensive lineman guy, he didn't play too much, which was a bummer. I'd like to see him do that. But Jalen he's got some work to do to become a franchise quarterback. I mean, yeah, the kid can run, but he's still not, he's got some work to do. But Jamal Adams on the Raider side, Pete brought in Jamal Adams, and
Yeah.
he did a good job. If they use Jamal at what he's good at, I think he'll excel. And if he can quit hurting himself, he'll excel. If they keep asking him to go drop down into coverage, he's not good at that, and he's not going to get good at it.
Yeah.
Don't ask him to. I think the Seahawks misused him.
Yeah. I don't think he's fast enough for that, but
yeah. I mean, I don't see him as a starter, but
he can outrun me and kick both our asses.
Bringing him in on a package to sack that
and
quarterback.
If he wants to come on the show to do that, that's fine. I'll race him in a foot race on the show.
I saw Pete said, it was fun coming back to play in Lumen Field. It's great that the league did this preseason game. He goes, and every once in a while I'd look up to the board and I'd see some highlights and I'd be thinking, hey, my guys are doing, oh, wait, no, that's the other team now.
That's the other team.
Exactly. So, it's hard for him because he's so proud of, guys that he's played against or have played for him and such. So, anyway, that's kind of the rundown on last night's games. I did have an observation yesterday. Aaron Rodgers, I don't know if you want to deal with. He's this guy who
I want to point out one thing before we move on there. That Daniel Carlson kicked a 56-yard field goal and a 51.
Yeah,
just want to say, just putting it out there.
Oh yeah, he's no joke. I mean, he was one of the top kickers in fantasy last season.
Yeah,
he and Chris Boswell. I mean, there's a lot of guys that like.
Yeah, I'd like to see him add another 10, 11 yards to that.
Yeah.
And get rid of, Chief Masturbator. But
okay.
Sorry, I went there.
A-Rod. So for all these years, he's been wearing I'm going to read it here. Shoot Air XP Pro Q11 LTD helmet.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, this year it's been banned. Since the collusion or the concussion settlement. The league has said, okay, we're going to start a list of helmets that do not qualify anymore.
Yeah.
So he has had to switch. For 20 years, he's been wearing this helmet. And so now he's using a Shoot Air XP Pro VTD2.
That's the one I use.
Yeah, well. But Rogers has said, I've worn a Shoot for 20 years, and somehow it finally didn't pass the safety standard. And I thought, Rogers talking about wearing that helmet for 20 years is not a screaming endorsement of that helmet's ability to prevent brain damage.
Yeah. Wrong guy. Put a commercial. Right? What are you doing? Man, you're not doing anybody any favors by quoting this
not
guy.
The flex you think it is.
Yeah. Ouch. Oh my God. That's like getting him to do a pharmaceutical commercial. Seriously? Come on. God, I got nothing. Wow.
Oh, yeah, but it's one of those few helmets that are just like smooth, it doesn't have the little ridges and dents and vets and stuff like that.
Big old mushroom.
So he'll still be able to take a good hit to the noggin and feel it, He's an old school guy. Maybe he just needs to feel that impact when it comes in. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
But there's you brought
wear it way up here,
Yeah, like one of those Well, I was gonna make a joke. There was one with that old TV show Scrubs, where Zach Braff had one where it was it was bigger because he didn't want to mess up his hair. He called it a hairmet.
Yeah.
So it was bigger, but then like the one Nikki no, I'm not gonna make I am not going to associate anything Aaron Rodgers with Nicky Lauda. Nope.
Man, I appreciate that.
Nikki had a special helmet made, but very, very different reasons. And again,
different reasons.
So you brought up like suspensions and injuries, and I thought, I want to know, what does Steve think about the guys that are holding out right now? Because most famously, well, let's save the most famously for last. James Cook, the Buffalo running back, he wants a new contract. He's not even putting up any false pretenses like, oh, my back hurts, oh, my knee hurts, I'm not going to practice. He wants a new deal. Trey Hendrickson, the defensive end for Cincinnati, he wants a new deal and deserves it. Terry McLaurin, the Washington wide receiver, their top guy, Somebody else just got a deal, and he's like, "Hey, I want one too," and he's holding out a little bit now. And most famously, Micah Parsons for Dallas. I think Jerry loves having a shit show all the way
Yeah.
up until because his
Cheap press is good press, right?
he's a businessman first
Hmm.
and like a team GM second rather than being a team GM and then a businessman. I think he's just so much more interested in staying in the papers, as it were, keeping in the press, giving people something to talk about, creating drama. Look at us. And it's, let's face it, you brought it up at the top of the show here. Dallas Cowboys, the most,
Yeah.
they're worth the most in the
Most
NFL,
valuable.
the
Yeah.
most valuable franchise.
Yeah. It's
It
almost
works, right?
$1 billion. Yeah.
But when Jerry Jones says something like, "Oh, I think you'd be surprised how big a check I would write to win another Super Bowl," yeah, I think I'd be surprised how late it would come in and how small it
Yeah.
would be.
Is this you being all in early? Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
Are we waiting until, I mean, are you doing this now? We haven't even started the season yet. Let's hold that talk yet.
So, every season you're alienating
Mhm.
Ezekiel Elliott or CeeDee Lamb or
Yeah.
Des Bryant or
It's
you
one
know,
of them.
every season you're alienating one of your players and you're disrupting, practice and
Yep.
conditioning and and then
Yeah.
when they finally do come to work, it's a zoo down there with people coming along on tours while you're sitting in an ice bath and getting some rehab, and they're coming around and looking at you like you're an exhibit. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, to be a Dallas Cowboy, I think kind of like WWE, they hate Vince McMahon the whole time they're there, but then when they retire, they look back and they go, well, at least I had a job in WWE. I was at the top. I
Yeah.
think that's kind of what happens. Well, I was a Dallas Cowboy. I survived it. It's kind of like
Yeah.
coming out of some terrible situation, and at the end you look back and go, wow, I survived that. But what do you think about these holdouts? Anything in particular stand out, or you're like, whatever?
Of all of them, it's the Trey Hendricks one. That's the one. Hendrickson is the one that gets me
Yeah.
because he's due like $15 million or something plus incentives. I mean, something like that.
Well, I think it's like the fourth
And
year of his rookie deal or
yeah,
something like that, or fifth.
he's like, I'm not going to play. And what kills me is like, dude, it's $15 million.
On the other hand,
You
yeah,
know, okay, yeah, and it's the end of your rookie contract. You know, foot, gun, shoot, right? Like, what are you doing, man? Wait, it's gonna be okay, right? Let your agent do your stuff. Shut your mouth. Go out there, earn your money, get the contract. You know, but yeah, and then
yeah,
some of these other ones are just, yeah,
I keep a
I
foot in both sides of that doorway because I think these players, they have a finite amount of time where they're going to be able to make this money. The
mhm.
owners are raking in
Yeah,
hundreds of
ten
millions, if
times,
not
ten
billions.
times their amount. Yeah,
I don't mind it when a player says, no, 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 no. You pay me what I can get now while I can get it. So on the other hand, yeah, I do think the same thing. I think, you are still under contract. You signed the deal. You've outperformed it, sure, but sucks for you. You're on this rookie wage scale. I would take that up with your union rep for the next generations that come in. Because you think about it, even that first, if you get drafted in the first round, that's almost a bad thing. I mean, you're going to get paid more because there's a matrix and
sure.
a scale, but they can hold you hostage for a fifth year.
Yeah,
And then they did this to Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins played it really well though. They franchise tagged him for the sixth year, or for him, he wasn't a first round pick. He was a seventh round pick. But they franchise tagged him his fifth year. They franchise tagged him his sixth year, and then he was too expensive to
yeah.
franchise tag again.
But they
So
had
he went and got a huge contract from Minnesota, and then did he get a second one in Minnesota? I
But
think they redid it.
that second franchise tag didn't have to pay him just a buttload of money.
Oh, it's huge.
Yeah, it
It's a
was
big
ridiculous.
step up because it's
Yeah, it was like 35, $40 million or something.
yeah, when
And
the top of the scale was 40 million,
yeah,
because I think what they do is they take the top five
uh-huh.
paid guys and they take the mean of that,
Sure.
and they go, that's what you're gonna that if you're gonna tag them, that's what you're gonna.
That's
And
what you're
then the
going to
next
pay.
year, it's like a 15% increase or something. I'm
Yep.
pulling this out of my ass
Yeah, but it's
because
something like
I'd have to
that.
go look it up, but
He was
it's
like, okay.
insane.
He's
So
like,
they
that sounds great, man.
so that could happen to Mika Parsons because somebody's going, well, what if he just holds out? Well, if he sits out a year, this year doesn't toll, and the Cowboys still own his rights.
Yeah,
So they could force him to come back.
sure.
Chances are he gets traded, but they
Yeah.
really could hold him,
So,
and then next season they could franchise tag him, and then they could tag him again, and then it becomes so prohibitively expensive to tag him again that there's just no way that they would. But
I think it's all around
Jerry, the
with
thing,
Jerry Jones, like you said, it's all around the media, it's all around the PR engine. You're in good PR, right? Bad PR, PR, whatever. It's there. You're getting the publicity. Go.
it's it's the WWE, Vince McMahon,
Yeah, he's
Donald
gonna.
Trump. So long as you're talking about me, I'm
If it
good.
really
Yeah.
came down to it, like you said, he can sit out. We own him. He can sit out. It's a business,
And
right?
that's something that right now with the players union being in disarray, I kind of wonder because Jerry's of the opinion, oh, he and we had a conversation. We already had a deal. And Micah's like, yeah, we talked about stuff, but that's not the deal. I mean, you have to go through my agent. The thing that makes me crazy is why isn't the union and or the league stepping in and saying, Jerry, you're not allowed to go directly to the players and negotiate with the players. That's wrong. It's against the rules. I don't know why no one is stepping up and doing that. Well, for one, I think most of them are afraid of Jerry, including
Yeah,
Roger Goodell.
yeah,
But I say that's why I say if the players union wasn't in such disarray right now, and there was somebody powerful in the players union, they should be standing up and going, "Hey, this is bullshit. Jerry should never be negotiating direct,
yep,
and he has a habit of doing it. He
yeah,
should
yeah.
not be negotiating directly with the players. Look
Player.
what a mess this has turned into. And
Yeah,
this is why they're not allowed to do that. Now, if the player represents himself, yeah, that's the way it goes. But Micah Parsons has an agent. And Micah Parsons has had the agent reach out to Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones, and they won't call him back. But Jerry coming, well, that's how I bought the Dallas Cowboys with a handshake agreement. Yeah, it was you and another good old boy. I can't remember the old owner of the
whatever.
Dallas Cowboys, but yeah, you and a couple of good old boys, you shook hands and
You know
you
what,
had other
Mike?
people draw it up later. That's not,
Yeah,
these
Mike
players
answered
know
the
they're going
phone.
to get screwed if they do that with
Yeah,
you.
but Micah answered the phone, right? He picked up the phone.
Well, they were just, no, they met in person.
Okay, so
They
he
were,
came into the meeting,
but
right? And so it's like, all right,
it's not allowed.
yeah,
It's
but
not allowed.
you
It's in
walked
my
right into it.
mind. In
You
my
sat
mind,
down
no,
for the contract, man.
I'm gonna go way off the charts here, right?
Uh-oh. Okay.
And I want people to just settle down. But in my mind, it's like statutory rape.
Whoa, whoa.
That person is
Hey,
too young to
yeah,
be able to
we're
give you
we're
consent.
tying that in with Jerry Jones. I have warned you about Hell Beast. I have warned you about this. Man, let's move over to the
That
suspensions,
there's
Mick.
there's there's
Let's-
this inability of one party to properly give consent. And that's why, so if I'm like Bobby Wagner, he's like, hey, I'm my own agent. I got this.
Sure.
Right. But if somebody has an agent, that's their way of saying, I don't got this. I need someone between me and that businessman that wants to negotiate with me because I'm not so savvy with the terms and numbers and all that. So when you circumvent that agent, it's almost like, you're taking advantage of someone. So that's what I know that was an extreme example, and I should have found a better analogy than that. But
Well, let's just
yeah.
hope that your mom doesn't watch the show. I do not want to deal with it. Right.
All right.
So tell me, Mick, I'm switching gears on you.
Yeah.
Tracy Walker, 49ers, right? Safety, suspended for 12 games.
12.
Undisclosed reasons.
I saw that yesterday.
What do you think?
I so suspended by the league or suspended by the team?
Suspended by the league.
Well, then they have to disclose. Whoa, no, 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 no. Excuse me.
The
Wait a
suspension will
minute.
take effect if and when he signs with a team and after the final roster cuts.
So here's what there was a change in the collective bargaining agreement regarding some of the the reasons for suspension. So, for example, I don't think they bother testing for marijuana anymore. And or if they do detect marijuana, I don't think that's a reason for suspension anymore. And one of the things the players fought for was, hey, some of this stuff should be covered by HIPAA. You should not be letting people know that I tested positive for a substance abuse issue and then insist on me going and getting help for a substance abuse issue. You should be keeping that between us. So it's quite possible that he's tested for something that is an illegal drug or steroids or something. So it could be that because we want to think, oh man, did he kill a man? Did he just for looking at him wrong? Did he another DUI or something like that? But it could be something along the lines of
Sure.
something that he's going to go seek help for that would be like maybe covered under HIPAA. But yeah, it's a bit salacious, right? 12 games for an undisclosed reason.
Yeah.
What's that about? And he's a rookie. Is that what you said? He's a rookie safety? Wow.
And then Jordan Addison, right? I think his mom got a hold of him. That's what I think happened.
Addison for what? Minnesota? Well,
yeah.
DUI. That's a DUI.
So I think what happened there is he was trying to fight it, and his mom just grabbed a hold of that ass. No, and he was like, okay.
"You're going to take your medicine."
He's like, yeah, you're right. So he went and said, you know what?
It's smart if some of these players get ahead of it and go negotiate ahead of time.
Just get in there, do it.
And it's like, okay, well, whatever it is, you can't appeal it now. But that's what Tucker did. Justin Tucker went in and took a 10-game suspension.
Yeah.
But he knows that he's not going to be playing football this season. The Ravens are going to cut him, and then they're going to hope that, which they already did.
Yeah.
And he's going to hope that in about a year from now, people are going to forget, or he's going to be able to settle all this stuff, and he's going to be able to pull a Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's a kicker. He's not a quarterback.
There's Addison coming back in 3 games, on the 4th game of the season.
Addison, I think he'll be fine.
Yeah.
No, it's just, can you really hold out? Is that a guy? I mean, is he going to be on your bench? He's a good bench guy, right? Behind Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
Although, Jefferson, he's a wide receiver 1 and he's young and he's healthy and I don't see him missing any time.
Yeah. Addison's a wide receiver 3, maybe a flex.
Is he? I thought he was 2 in the lineup.
I think now that he's got this mark against him, you're kind of moving him around a little bit like he's on the bench because he's coming in the 4th game of the season.
Yeah, he's listed as wide receiver 2. In front of Jalen Naylor, Lucky Jackson, Ty Felton, and Thayer Thomas. Yeah, I think his spot at number 2 is pretty solid. Then again, we might watch these preseason games and go, holy crap, this Jalen Naylor guy. Oh, did you see that catch? So let's see what happens after this weekend or next weekend. Yeah.
The other there's one more on there, Rashee Rice from the
Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
Trying
to fight his 120-mile-an-hour cop chase.
Yeah, I think the only thing he can do is he's guilty of it now, right? Yeah. I mean, have they settled? So so he's got to go do a month.
Yeah, which something. Is what kills me is his mom. His mom didn't get a hold of him, and he didn't get the slap down like he needed, right? So,
but I think he's looking at probably 6 games.
Yeah, he's in trouble.
So whoever's second in that lineup, they're going to get some time. Hollywood Brown, is it?
Yeah. So take him off your fantasy football depth chart, don't.
Well, if you can handle having a guy sit on your bench for 7-8 weeks, it's Xavier Worthy.
Xavier
the big
Worthy.
hero at the playoffs last season, a rookie last year. It's Xavier Worthy, then Hollywood Brown, then Juju Smith-Schuster. So
Schuster.
Right. Smith-Schuster. But yeah, there's a number of guys who are probably going to miss some time at the beginning of the season. I'm looking down. Let's see. Arizona's wide receiver 2, Michael Wilson. Same thing with Atlanta's wide receiver 2, Darnell Mooney. Actually, Wilson's back. Mooney might miss week 1. Khalil Shakir, he should be back. Let me see. I'm going to go down and see who I know is going to miss. Tight end 3. Nah, we don't need to worry about that guy. Broke bone in hand. Oh, poor Joe Milton. QB2 for the Dallas Cowboys. Broke a bone in his hand. I like that Joe Milton. That's a bummer.
Yeah.
Will not practice. Evaluated. Pup. Tank Dell on the pup. Aggravated disc. Matthew Stafford. Aggravated disc in his back.
Ouch.
They say he should be fine. You know, they're keeping him out of preseason and stuff, but I hear aggravated disc in back.
Cortisone, you'd be fine.
At his age, you know,
Mick, he won't be making the Hail Mary pass. Right?
They'll be bringing in Stetson. Oh, it's Jimmy. They got Jimmy G in the wing.
They got Jimmy G.
And then it's Stetson Bennett after that. So if nothing else, they bring in Stetson to throw at his shoulder. You know,
what a great name for Stetson.
Stetson Bennett. Yeah. He should have been a character on Yellowstone, right?
That guy was getting laid in high school. All right, Mick. Well, we're wrapping it up. This is
Mason Taylor, New York Jets tight end one. He has a high ankle sprain.
Ouch.
Might want to, So there's some of these I was just kind of going through and going, should I be looking out for some of these guys? Because, you look at, if you do a practice draft, you can see the Q next to their name and you wonder, well, is that just for the preseason? Is that for the regular season? Got to do a little bit of your homework, that auto draft.
You got to be ready for it. If you're going to do your auto draft, you have to omit the players you don't want and cue the ones you do. I mean, there's a little to it. Or you can just let it ride.
I got one big important question for you.
Fire away.
I was thinking, if you don't have an answer, maybe you should send out an email to your teammates, or the
league managers.
What is the league name? It's to be determined still, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know how you were going to solve that. I didn't know if you were just going to come up with a name or if you were going to poll the players.
Along with we really have no idea. I think it ties right in there. It's kind of a marketing scheme that I'm working on. I think it just works together.
So we really have no idea fantasy football league? I love it.
To be determined?
I have no notes for you.
Yeah.
To be determined.
I like that.
Is just going to be the name of the league?
I really have no notes for you. I got to use that one. I'm going to use that one at work. Okay.
No notes for you. Yes. Well done, young man. Well done.
Thank you. Really nice. I think we're going to stick with TBD league.
All right. Love it.
To be determined, just for fun. And we could always change it. It doesn't whenever.
Yeah.
I'm open. Right.
What's in a name?
But I thought, I wanted to move it away from the historical name, which had some work connotations, and just open it up,
I don't mind.
Because as we expand this league to a second league and maybe even a dynasty league, we need to start thinking about that, marketability.
Yeah. Have you made a decision on that yet?
We're going to stick with at least one player.
You're going to be dynasty for one guy.
Yeah, but we're going to, about halfway through the season, we'll pull the teams, pull the managers, see what they think. But I think one guy is good, maybe two. And then if a manager drops out or is new to the league, they go to the top of the draft.
Well, let me ask you this. So with the dynasty league, and let's say we can keep a player, can we keep them like in perpetuity, or do we get to keep them for 3 seasons?
We got to put them back. It's a 1-season cycle. So if you want to keep them at the end of the next season, that's up to you.
Right. But let me ask you this. Let's say I've got Lamar Jackson.
Got it.
And next season I've just got Lamar Jackson. And the season after that, and after that, and after that, and in just every season in particular. Or is there a limit where you go, hey, after 3 seasons, man, you got to throw them back in?
TBD, Mick.
Okay. So I got to thinking that would be interesting to have a limit.
Yeah.
And you start your dynasty league with one guy, and then about 2 seasons, and you make it maybe 3 seasons or 4 seasons that you can keep them. But then the next season you make it 2 players, and you have the same thing. So now you kind of got this overlapping. You can or you can't. You're not just sitting on 4 guys forever. You got to make a decision on. That doesn't mean you can't draft them again if your shot comes up. But anyway, I'm just putting it out there. I have no idea.
I like that. That could be fun.
I have no idea.
Yeah. So I think we're going to go with one, but I think around middle of the season we'll do a poll with the managers, see how they feel about it. Put some rules around it. Like I said, if somebody drops out, they go to the top of the draft. I like that idea of year 3, we add the second one, or 2 or something like that, and you kind of have them rolling, but no more than 5 or 9.
Oh, 5. That would be insane.
Oh, it'd be fun. But then you're in a dynasty situation where you have to be playing with the same people. They've got to commit for so long.
Well, there's another thought. Let's say you do have, out of a possible 4 players, you do have 4 players, and if no one else has 4 players, are they higher up in the draft order then?
Yeah, I don't know. Something.
Or
you're forced to get rid of one.
I don't know. Yeah.
You're supposed to take one of the players I draft for you. I don't know. We'll pull a Jerry Jones.
Or do you have to wait until round 3 for your first pick, or 4?
Oh, ouch. All right. Well, hey, I want to give a shout out to Gardner Minshew. You're always welcome. You're always welcome.
I'm not even going to show it to him this time. I'm going to leave him wanting. I'm going to leave him thinking, wait a minute, where's the thing? Show me the thing. No. Not anymore. We're not playing out with you anymore.
You know what you can get if you show up. That's it. You know what will happen. That's it.
Love your brother.
All right. Next week.
Yeah, I'm excited to come back next week and blather about how well the draft went or how terrible it went. And
how terrible.
I'm just jacked. And then there's more preseason tonight and tomorrow, and I just can't wait. Sorry, I'm better now. Thank you.
Decaf, baby. All right.
Love you guys.
Remember,
have a good time.
Really
like and subscribe. Click some of these buttons down here. Like, subscribe, hate. Tell a friend. Tell somebody you don't like. I don't care. The guy at Starbucks.
There you go. Tell them to come join us.
Yeah. I mean, if you really hate this thing, you got to check out this podcast. Best thing ever. Ruin like half hour or 45 minutes of their day watching us.
Perfect.
Until then.
See ya.
You guys.